Hello and welcome to yet another session here at the Gosu Academy. Today we are once again doing the best solo queue moves. This is a really bad place to go out solo if you're just doing it at the start of the round and there is an A player. So typically you want to get into a forward position and then play it in a way where when your teammates are doing things, if they're getting kills towards B and stuff like that, when people start moving on A, that's the timing you take. So it's really not something where you need a lot of utility or where you need like crazy aim. It's a lot more about understanding when the CTs rotate and timings and stuff like that. For mid, it happens, well, we'll talk a little bit of theory as well. CTs normally either Molotov close and Molotov far. With these two Molotovs, you get it to be basically impossible to peek or take mid. The other option is, CTs do a smoke typically from spawn, and then they will do the Molotov here, and then as well, it's difficult to make it out. So if the CTs do a smoke, there's always the option of blitzing the smoke and peeking as solo queue move. So if you throw a smoke right around here, what you'll find is when CTs do the deep molo, is that it lands and burns and it sounds good, but because in CS2 you can edge Molotovs, this, let me actually try it here again. So imagine the Molo comes, I'll rethrow the smoke here one time, because I think it's about to fade. So say I smoke like this, now I can edge the Molotov, and I'm not, if I'm out here I'm burning, if I'm here I'm not, and I can actually peek mid. So if you know CTs are always doing double Molotovs mid, doing this smoke, you could probably even get it to land further here so the CTs can't even really see the smoke, perhaps. That will give you a chance to peek. I think if you go in here and you aim, I think it's here, let me check. That seems to work quite well. You can smoke red room, and from here as well, if you just slow walk a Molotov over here, this one lands and burns out all of the jungle area or the cubby. Another solo queue move. It's not really a solo queue move, I guess, but this smoke, you could potentially, if you get a smoke dropped, pair this up. Like holy shit, that was not on purpose. Like do this, holy moly. Imagine I moloed here and now I bounce this flash, whatever. I go out and I take mid. This is something where with this smoke you actually kind of eliminate the AWP angle, and you also eliminate the CT jiggle. And if you bounce a Molotov like this, it lands, takes the back, and also takes so they can't peek left side. What's interesting with that is that you can go in and you can clear close left. If they're standing here as well, you will see the shadow. So for them to be not showing the shadow, they have to be all the way in the corner, and that means, you don't really need to pre-aim perfectly. You can even, clear this first in case they're playing in front of the smoke, and then you can hard clear this because they cannot be on these angles. You will see them. When the CT's molo, you just run out, you do this, and as you bounce the smoke, maybe you immediately bounce the flash as well, and you try to run in front of the smoke. If you are playing at a level where people know the instant window smoke, you can ask for this and then do this smoke and a flash. You can try to run fast to donut. It's a very common move to do with like Mech 10. Okay, I think B is where things get a little more interesting. Stone Age version is you smoke here, and you just run and you do this molo and you fight cave. But the even better way, which is like the super meta way to do it in pro teams now, is you want to be running, and as you put your right shoulder up on this door, you see this? It's like a small line here, like I look for it in the way that there's like a line here and there's a line here, and it's always the left one. So as you're coming here, you're just running jump throw. This one goes over and it burns this middle part, which makes it so with the timing of it, because you throw it so early, the CT actually has to tag in the molo here, and you will hear if he burns. If he burns, it means he's in front most of the time, or it means he burned and then ran back. But at least you trap him inside this room, and if he burns and you hear it, if you ask for a teammate to run with you cave, you can normally trade this out. I think one of the best solo moves as well is when the CTs, we talked about this in past sessions, but CTs will a lot of the time start by doing like a B Molotov kind of like this, And as T, you can get behind this Molo and already start kind of peeking, doing the Brawler and Molotov, turning off this Molo if you need, whatever, and running out to mid. Like, so kind of ignoring cave if you don't hear anyone burning, running across and trying to fight the CTs in mid. If I want to do an aggressive move on A, I always walk right side, simply because these duels are not that great. They're all headshot duels. Like this, you might catch a T who is walking in. If they walk in, A main immediately. And if not, you can always jiggle from close. If you don't see anyone, you can start walking through, and you can have big flank really fast. There's another move, which, you know, as A player is kind of cool. If you run a nade here, the nade blows up, you can cross with it. And if you get into this position, you almost always are secured a kill. I mean, as a mid player, you'll be doing your util. And then what someone like Dunk likes to do is, if the T's sound like they're coming out mid, he will bounce a flash like this, and then he goes out and fights with it. Ideally, we get a smoke mid from spawn. And if we do that, we can also, you know, do this. We can jump and make it a cross. Like, imagine there's mid smoke here. And then I can, like, early peek this. So, for cave, I failed a Molo, and I failed a nade as well. I'm not a cave player. Bounces like that. Holy shit, this is actually way harder. Holy shit. Molotov here. If you do Molotov like this, is it like that? But anyway, you can do this Molotov and you can get your teammate maybe to nade, or even without nade, you can sit and you can spam this. That way, if Ts want to run through the Molotov, or even if they smoke the Molo and want to run through, they get spammed through. And this can be kind of cool. When they run into cave, they just run and they bounce a flash like this. The way it works out with the timing is so that when the T comes up and wants to peek this, the flash pops here and the CT is, you know, here. I think you can get it to bounce. Maybe if you aim it a little lower, you can get it to land like more behind you. And then the T will get blind, and then the CT has like completely the upper hand. There's a whole lot you can do in terms of cave. If you manage to smoke this, you can do a lot of good wallbangs. I don't know the lineups perfectly, because again, I'm not a cave player, but you can spam towards the B door. So this guy will die if he's like jiggling or holding here with AWP. And also, it's possible to spam. I think you can spam like this, or maybe even like this, and this deals so much damage that you just die here as T, basically. Instead of doing this Molotov that a lot of CTs are throwing, you can go and Molotov a little deeper. It doesn't have to be much deeper, but if you just do it like this, you can actually, as CT, go behind it immediately and start peeking down ramp. And this is really unexpected. Go down here with a teammate, you can crouch. Your teammate can jump up on you, and you can check the guy who is sitting behind the door. If they sit like this, like some people like to do, you can actually see half their body and they can't see you. So you can kill them for free, especially if you have AWP. And it's a really, really cool peek. This is what I like to do for myself sometimes. I just do it like on feeling, kind of double click. If the smoke lands around here, if the CT's Molotov, either it gets the Molotov completely, or if the Molotov is still burning, I'm able to peek without taking damage. So with AWP, I can hold the corner and I can kill. But the best way, in my opinion, to take long is when I'm running here, as I'm going through the door, I like to bounce a flash while running up here. And it will bounce off this, and then land here. And I will jump out, I will dodge it, and then I will peek. I do it like this, I flash, I jump out, I dodge, and then I peek like this, and I try to kill. He will typically be around here. So just to see how it looks for the CT, this is how the flash looks. Like, it bounces twice and goes out and lands in the middle, right behind the T as he's coming out. Jumping down suicide, nading here in front. It blows up, they can't really see you, and you can run fast to short, or you can run fast to here. Or if you have AWP, you can start like searching AWP angles here. I do this sometimes when I have good spawn towards B. I will run, I will ask someone from my team to do the door smoke, or maybe not do the door smoke, but at least have them come here and jump in formation for lower. And then with my spawn, I will run. I will try to jump a bit to not make so much noise. And then I will just run and kind of try to make it close to mid, or even walk out mid instantly. So long as my teammate knows no one can be lower, it's a pretty unexpected move. So this is a kind of CS2 smoke, where it doesn't do a whole lot for you when you get out. it still eliminates a lot of the side angles and even maybe the window angle. I think ideally you want the smoke to land a little more to the left. So something like this, where you get some cover, you can clear out here. And then what it allows you to do is it allows you to walk through the smoke and walk into car without getting spotted. So if someone's playing side or plat or outside B, whatever, this smoke kind of is a way where the CT has a difficult time getting information without playing right side. And if they don't play car, then you can go car. There is the possibility to do a smoke like this, for example, which lands pretty deep on the left side. That gives you space to peek here. And if you don't see anyone here, you know, you could walk through it, go left side and go towards B and split like this, down from the left side of this to here. For the CTs, it sounds like I'm molotoving mid to clear it out, but in fact, I'm using the molotov as a fake molo to move out mid. The closest we can do is like doing molotov dodging and then running out and trying to get to pit. That's probably the best solo queue move we can talk about, basically. For short, a lot of people will come here and they will do this smoke. It smokes off all of mid, and then they also pair this with a molotov that lands like that, but a T-molotov. If you have a good spawn, you can, with good movement as well, jump up here pretty fast. And you can actually, you know, if you run and get here, you can beat the timing of the molotov, and you can start already pushing top mid. Very recently as well, I saw a clip of Sun Payers where the T smoked mid. He was kind of like sitting here with AWP. When the T smoked mid, then he did his own smoke forward here. And then he was holding lower. He got a kill with AWP and he got away. For B as well, I like to go over and do a fake molotov. So what I like to do is I like to bounce it like this. And it sounds pretty similar, like this position and this position. And also the timing of the bounces sound pretty similar. And then you push in front of it and you just take timing here. The number one solo queue move that everyone is doing is either going here and doing like the sidewall peek, we call it, where you peek this wall as people are running pop. You can do it with rifle or with AWP. It's super strong. The other thing that people like to do is ask for flashes from teammates and they run like this and then they go out here and they just scale right side and just take fights. If the CTs don't know how to play train, it's actually pretty difficult to stop. For Ellie as well, I think there aren't that many good solo queue moves. But one thing I will show you, I mean, obviously you can peek Ellie up on this. The best flash you can do is just bouncing it off of this. Because it will land here. It will take this guy. It will take this guy. It won't take this guy, obviously. But if you land it correct, this guy, if he's all the way up to the wall, he won't get blind. But this guy will get blind, which is, you know, an added benefit. And also this guy, if he's sitting like this, if the flash bounces and lands here, he will also actually be annoyed by it. So it is possible, say you peek Ellie, you get a kill, whatever. It's good to just do a running flash for yourself like this and just go out and focus right side. I guess just if you have sandwich smoke from one of your teammates and you get flashes over mid, jumping out and getting to this position is really overpowered. Because these boxes are a really nice place to play, and you can, after the smoke is fading, even sit like this and then kind of take, like, you can peek on timing when they don't expect you anymore. There's also a couple of wall bangs. If you go up here and you aim on the 5th window and you spam this, these bullets go down and they kill the guy who's running into pop. You want to be aiming ideally like here, something like this. Then move over and you shoot. And what it does is it hits the AWP who is peeking here. There was one more wallbang. If you go up here and you aim, I think it's here. This goes over and it actually kills the guy who's holding off angle on pop. Taking pop, one of the best things to know is you can do double click molotov right around the lamp. Like, well, I guess you aim where these two meet and as you're running, you can do a molotov lineup that lands here. So the lower guy can't push. And what you can then also do is you can bounce a nade like this. So if the guy tries to push, he's just gonna straight up die, most likely. A lot of B players will jiggle like this. And if you time your nade, like how I did it, so first you do the molotov, and then you wait a little bit with the nade, and then you nade now, and then on the nade explosion, you cross the angle of the lower player. you can go here, and you can crouch, uncrouch, and you can actually go and kill the B player in the back. Also, you can Molotov here and obviously do the same nade, and then you can run in and you can peek pop pretty fast. I think the timing is you meet them when you're here, so just be ready for that. I don't think there's that much you can do solo queue. I did see that it's possible for you to sit in a way where, I think like this, the T's actually can't see you here. Maybe you even have to stand up. But if you stand like this, and you make sure your legs have the right orientation, the T's actually can't see you here. I think also, if you can just ask a teammate to just throw a flash like this, you can run out and catch people at the start of rounds a lot of the time. What I sometimes do when I have low money as a solo queue move is I will do the... Okay, actually I don't even think I do the Molotov. I think I just nade. And then with 5-7, I run almost in a straight line. Like, actually, let me do it proper. So I nade, I dodge the flash a little bit, I run in, and I just rush off of this nade and just run into teammate. A lot of people don't expect this to happen because it seems kind of crazy, but I can tell you it works. I think the last thing I will mention before we go into questions is just, if you're here and you do, like you get someone to do this smoke, which at a higher level, there's probably a lot of people who know this smoke. It goes in and blocks like T-main. If you as CT can get to this position, this one is extremely good. Because the T's, when they get out here, they have to either, you know, go this way, where you will sort of kill them inside, or they will have to go this side, and then if they do, I mean, they don't go and like hard clear you. They typically, you know, they're moving out, they're peeking this, and then they jump, and then that's when you see them. So sitting here, late round, super, super good.